Welcome to Simply Nutrition's Lessons in Nutrition, where health meets simplicity. I'm Stacy Pothier, owner of Simply Nutrition. We believe in providing science-backed, evidence-based practices, filtering the noise, fads, and the myths. And today we have the faith-filled realtor extraordinaire, Jennifer Davis. Richard, we need some applause there. Jennifer has lived in Long Beach for over 30. Yes, perfect.
I've always wanted to stand up.
Jennifer is from Long Beach, where she lived for 37 years. She has been a realtor for more than 20 years. She is married to her incredible husband, John, and they recently celebrated 32 years. Wedding anniversary. Well done.
Thank you.
You're a saint.
Or he is.
Yeah, good point. Today they are raising two. They have beautiful, wonderful children. Delaney is 30 and Miller is 25. And Jennifer's leadership skills go beyond the business realm. She's served as executive director of the Belmont Shore Business Association, demonstrating her commitment to local businesses and many, many other leadership roles, including the development. She was development director of Westerly School of Long Beach and showcased her dedication to education and community development. On a little side note, I'm veering from her bio, but one of the most generous-hearted people I know. Oh. Always giving back. Jennifer is an active church member, full of faith, and enjoys water sports, skiing, camping, and running. She's completed the Avon 3-day walk and the AIDS marathon training program. She's run 3 marathons and 16 half marathons. Woo! And believes that, well done, believes that nutrition and physical fitness are essential to a healthy and productive life. She prides herself on putting other people's needs before her own and treating them honestly, ethically, and kindly. She believes that friendship stems from caring for and serving people well. Mm-hmm. Jennifer is a lifelong learner and enjoys giving back to not only the community, but specifically also the real estate industry by mentoring new agents and training them to be professionals from day one. That is very... Well done, because she's just awesome at what she does. And you can follow Jennifer on her Instagram. It's Jen Davis 333, or on her Facebook, which is Jennifer Davis. And none other than Miss Jennifer. And I've known Jennifer for, gosh, I don't know, 20? I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah, a very long time.
Yes. If it's 20, that means we would have met in high school.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so I've got a few questions for you today.
Okay.
And first of all, just like a little short bit, tell us where your journey, I guess where you started with really getting serious and wellness.
Well, I will say that when I was growing up, I was very athletic. I was swimmer, I was softball, I just did water sports, like you said. Mm-hmm. So I was very athletic. Went to college, and definitely I was on the water ski team there, but did drink.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a freshman 15 or whatever. Met my husband at college, and I got engaged really young. Like I was engaged at 23.
Okay.
And I got married at 23.
Okay.
So, and then I had my first child at 25 and another at 30. And between 25 and 32, it was about family. So family and not taking care of myself. Okay. So my sister called me up one day and said, we had a brother pass away from AIDS. And she called and she's like, hey, I saw this thing. What if we run a marathon in Joey's memory? And I was like, yeah, no. I can't even walk to 7-Eleven for a cheap bottle of wine. She's like, just think about it overnight, which is the best advice you can give people. Ask them and then let them process,
That's
right?
Good. That's good.
So the next day I was like, well, why wouldn't we do this?
Right. Okay.
So we signed up for the AIDS Marathon training program, and some great friends did it with us, and we trained and we ran a marathon. And that was like the beginning of realizing that exercise and community are fun. Right. Like really, and achieving something for a really good purpose, of course. But then From there, we did New York Marathon twice, just trying to keep, it was like a way, like Saturday mornings, we'd wake up early and go on a 10-mile run. And we
Nice.
might go like have a Bloody Mary after, but it was still like something, it was something to do to bond us together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
So, what would you say? What's the biggest challenge or a few challenges to living a healthy lifestyle? Any obstacles to eating health or to moving or being more active? What would you say? I know a lot of people say time. I'm too busy. I don't have time, or I'm just tired and I don't have the energy. What would you speak to that?
I think, truthfully, is that all of them are excuses. Like for me, I'm in my car a lot. If I don't plan ahead, like I'm gonna eat crap. And if I don't plan ahead to work out, I'm not gonna work out. So it's just what your priorities are. And having accountability partners. So for me, it's just definitely getting up and, the night before, I text my friends, okay, we'll meet at 5:30.
Right.
We're going to do our walk. Or, I know I'm going to be in the car, so I just pack a mason jar full of nuts or something to try and stop me from going through a drive-through or just grabbing a sandwich or something. I don't know. It's just, but time is hard, especially when you have young kids. Mm-hmm. Energy is hard when you have young families. When you get midlife, hormones are hard.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it is so hard. Like hormones and menopause and just everything's hard, but you have to do, you have to make it a priority. I don't know. For me, that's really important.
Okay. Let's see. Who was one of your biggest? I know we've got Lisa coming on, and I was going to ask you who is one of your biggest supporters, mentors, and role model when it comes to wellness.
Well, I would have to say my sister because obviously she kicked us off as adults to do hard things, and then. It's funny because Lisa's going to talk, but Lisa is somebody that walked into one of my open houses like 10 or 12 years ago, and we became friends. She liked to run. We decided, let's run together. So we became friends just through holding each other accountable.
Okay.
So I think that's really important too. It's just watching people that you admire live a life. You get to create whatever life you want. So for me, it's like when you surround yourself or put people in, that you really admire, it just makes such a difference. Like you get to do what you want to do in life. Even if you don't have the time, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. So, we all have the capability too. This is a gift. Like this body is a gift. And I tell people all the time, perspective is the most beautiful thing because when you meet people who are sick and can't get out of bed or they broke an ankle or they've done something and all of a sudden the value of walking, just walking is 100-fold. Right. So I always tell people, start journaling how bad you want to walk. So the day you don't want to walk when you can, you're going to walk again. Yeah, and you're going to be like, okay, on this date 3 months ago, I couldn't even walk. And now I'm just going to go walk a mile.
Right.
So,
yeah, I think I remember I was at I think it was a Tom Ferry event, and they talked about visualizing your future self, like picturing, get a vision, even like close your eyes and picture like you're walking down a little path or whatever, and picture your future self, like you run into her, and what does she look like? Like what would she say to you? Is she strong? Is she vibrant? Is she full of energy and all that good stuff? And that what we do today, keeping her in mind, my future self, your future self in mind, and the choices you make today, they kind of will determine what, we don't always think about 40, 50 years from now.
Yes. Well, and it is as you get older and you realize like 56 is young. Like I have some really great years ahead of me, but it's young because I take care of my body.
Right.
And my mental health. And if you don't take care of it, 56 is old.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like it's just a mind shift that you have to realize. And I don't know what tomorrow will hold, but I'm glad that this body works hard for me.
Yes, your body's your friend.
Yes.
Sometimes feels like an enemy, but
yes.
His body's your friend.
Yes.
Yes, it's not the boss of you. It does not the boss. I always have to tell my body, you're not the boss of me.
No.
You don't get chocolate right now.
Yes. but maybe in a
But sometimes you
bit.
can have some,
Or
yes.
dark chocolate, or yes,
those
exactly. I like
antioxidants.
that. You're not the boss of me.
All right, so I know Lisa. Now tell us, Lisa. How do you know Lisa?
Lisa's the one that walked into an open house like 12 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, but
Okay.
just hit it off. And she is somebody that is just positive energy. When COVID hit, Lisa and I decided to be in a bubble together. So we worked out every day.
Okay.
We held each other accountable.
Nice.
Like we did challenges. Like
Okay.
we do all the things. And since then we invite other people, whoever wants to walk with us at 5:30. Not many people do. But we open it up to anybody. She's such a positive person.
Okay.
And yeah. So you'll see
Nice.
why.
All right. Well, let's have Lisa come in and join us.
Hello, best open house ever, by the way, Jennifer Davis. Best open house, best friend. I think for those of you who don't know Jen or haven't had the pleasure of meeting Jennifer, she is a walking angel. She is the epitome of the female Ted Lasso. And that's, if you don't watch Ted Lasso, sorry, I'm going to plug Apple TV. You've got to watch Ted Lasso. Jennifer is the female version of Ted Lasso. So she inspires me. I heard you guys talking about mentors and things like that. And Jennifer, since she changed my life, 10 years ago in many, many ways. And to this day, every afternoon, every evening, we keep each other accountable, whether it's fitness, nutrition, life, love, laughs, tears. We do it all together. And I think it all ties together, and it's a lifestyle and it's a mindset. And it's not just I'm on a diet or I'm doing this or I'm doing that. It's a whole lifestyle to me.
Yes.
Nice.
And you can tell like the positive energy that she has. Like, I think if you're getting up early in the morning, even if you don't have to, and you're working out and you're talking and crying and encouraging, and trust me, we have gone through a decade of just craziness, but it's the community. Like, and we've invited other women on this journey with us, and they don't have to get up. Like, they don't have to wake up in the morning.
It's a choice,
we do, because we have jobs and we have families that we have to get going, kids and stuff.
Right.
But these other people do it because it's the best therapy. And I mean, it's mental, physical. We talk about food 95% of the time we're walking. Do we?
Yeah. If you don't like food, you cannot walk with us. That's a prerequisite. Like, you have to like water, coffee, food, definitely cheese, a little bit of wine sometimes. And I know Jennifer likes her margaritas too, but it's just a balance. And trust me, there are days, I'm sure, because I started the 5:30 time zone because, Stacey, I have small children. So unfortunately, everyone had to go around my time clock. And for me, if I don't work out, the day is just, whether I'm sad, sick, whatever, if I don't make that time to start my day off with a group of friends and positivity, even on my darkest days or my happiest days, if I don't start it out, the rest of, I'll eat like crap. I'll feel like crap. I think I look like crap. I'll feel whatever it may be. But if it's the whole fact. So that 5:30, I know they love me, but sometimes they hate me because everyone wants to hit that snooze at 5:30 a.m. and my God, let there be coffee. So we just do it. And the cool thing is it started with Jennifer and I because we thought we were going to go nuts during COVID. And I was trapped at home with 2 kids and trying to homeschool and trying to go through, a divorce and being a single mom and relearning life and stuff and trying to stay healthy. Right. So just doing that and then meeting new people when we're walking and talking, and we just attract this group now. So I do apologize to anyone that lives in our walking neighborhood if we do wake you up with our loud conversations about food. We're sorry, but you're welcome to jump out the window and walk with us. But it's just, we've always been there. If we can't do it in the morning, there's times, we're driving home on our crazy commute and like, hey, what are you doing? It's 3:20. Can you walk? Can you walk? Yeah, I can walk. Can you walk? And then we just do it, And so if we can't do it in the morning, we end our day that way. Nice. And then again, we talk about food, and I think everything in moderation is good. But if someone's going through a time where he or she is trying to lose some weight, then we're like, we support them as well, So it's we give each other tips and tricks. And again, it's working out, it's mental, it's physical, it's everything.
Yeah.
And it just makes everyone feel good. And then if you feel good, you look your best, right? And you feel your best.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes. And we're not into deprivation, like she said.
No,
It's like
no.
we've learned you can have cheese, you just don't have to eat all the cheese.
Right. Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
2 French fries.
We can do French fries.
Not
You just don't
200.
eat. You don't do it every day, and you just eat little. Just a
Right,
don't know
right.
deprivation.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate your
Thanks,
input.
guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank
Sorry,
you,
Yes,
Lisa.
I
yes.
couldn't
Love
join you
you.
live.
Thanks
I
for
got a little party going on
motivating.
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good afternoon, everyone, and get out there and move and eat and have fun and enjoy life. Wow.
Thanks.
Love you. Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice. So what would you say to what motivates? Because not everyone is going to be. I mean, I know it sounds ideal. You just do it, but
Yeah.
there's real people out there who really struggle, and it's hard. And maybe they didn't have an active childhood. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they're severely overweight. And I just, obviously, I was 60 pounds overweight most of my life, but 30 years of my life, off and on, even more, or whatever, but that generally around that window. And I was an active kid, but I know there's people out there that struggle. What would you say to them?
First and foremost, accountability and community.
Okay.
So you don't have to announce it through social media what you're doing, but just letting one person know that can call and follow up, or just say, I'm going to walk around the block with you.
Awesome.
Like,
Yeah.
for me, it was like, I was probably 25, 30 pounds overweight, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm not a big person. I'm short. I'm not. So you put 25 pounds, like think of a 5-pound bag of potatoes, putting on each shoulder, my knees and my stomach, and that adds up. And so for me, it was just when my sister was like, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to train. And I'll never forget. So our first training session was Saturday morning. And Friday night, I'd gone out with my husband, had a little bit to drink. And all of a sudden, like knocking on my sliding glass door of my bedroom because my alarm didn't wake me up. You're going for a run. And I was like, oh no, I'm not doing this. But I had 3 friends waiting for me and we had to go down. And I started running and I threw up. Like it was bad.
Yeah.
And I realized like, okay, if I'm going to really do this, like I can't be drinking on Friday night. It's like a whole, like one thing
a
leads to
snowball.
another, which
Right.
means you have to drink more water. Maybe you're not going to like, and then when you start exercising, you realize like
You want to eat
food is fuel.
Yeah.
Like training for a marathon, you realize like if you're going to run 20 miles, you have to eat protein and carbs. You have to eat a really balanced meal to get you through 20 or 26.2 miles. You can't just have a cheeseburger. That's for after. Every marathon, I've had a cheeseburger. I literally run. I used to go $6 burger. But
That's great.
we do. Even in running, we talk about food. But it just slows snowballs. So I get it. Like it's just like letting somebody know and really like this is it. This is all we got. So if you
Right.
even if you are overweight, it's just like start. Let somebody know. Have them hold you accountable. Better if you even have 2 or 3 people because people travel, they get sick, and you need a community.
Yeah.
You need
Community to help.
accountability. So you're not
Definitely.
just doing it for yourself, but we're doing it
Got someone
mental
else.
health
Yeah.
too.
Having
Yeah.
other people hold you accountable for sure. Because I know, just to the listeners, 76% of America is overweight or obese right now. So we know that the majority of people that would be in that category of struggling. So I speak to that because I came from that background. So really starting where you're at. You know, if your knees are a problem, then squats probably aren't going to work, but maybe a wall squat. You know what I mean? There's always going to be a modified version of starting. So and if you're in a wheelchair, if you're different disabilities, find what does work. And if that's your bicep curls or whatever you can do to move your body. So I would just speak to that those of you out there. Any step in that direction of movement is going to help. So and gets your brain going as well. So. And let's see here. We should have another caller. Do we have someone on there? Oh, she's patiently waiting. This is Christina, and this is because we can do everything in the world physical, but with the people I work with, my clients, it is a soul, spirit, body, and this is my pastor, and she had quite a journey in her health and overcome some huge obstacles. And I just asked her to come on just briefly to just discuss.
I'm coming. Sorry.
Are you there? Are you there? She's
I'm
so
here.
patient.
I don't know
She's
what's going on with my camera. I'm not sure what's happening here.
It looks like it's pointed
I don't
at
know
the
what's
ceiling.
going on.
Well, we hear you.
I
can
know.
hear
You know
ya.
what? I think I'm going to move. Wait a second.
Oh.
Where's my camera?
I
Oh,
think
you know
we've
what
got
it's
you.
doing? It's on my there. Now, hang on. I'm coming in.
Okay.
Oh,
Yay!
Hello.
I love this woman. She's beautiful.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on. So, question is, if you don't mind, is it she's found out there was a gender reveal today on her which number grandchild?
This is let me think. Seventh grandchild.
Nice.
number
And do you
7.
mind
He's
sharing?
a boy.
A boy! Yay!
And
Yay!
we all knew it was a boy. It's the funniest thing. I bought him a Wild Wing because we're Ducks fans.
Okay.
I bought him a Wild Wing little baby blanket like a couple of months ago.
Okay.
I figured if I was wrong, I was wrong.
I love it. Richard,
yeah.
question: is sound okay there?
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
I've got these dumb dogs. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. So she is.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm back.
And tell us where you're from. Tell us your church name and how wonderful it is.
I actually live in Anaheim, but our church is in Costa Mesa. And so I think I'm from both places. The church name is Harbor Light.
Yay.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
I get to go there. I get to do worship. They have me come
We
sometimes.
love you.
I love it.
Yay.
We love you. I love being there. It's awesome.
Yay.
So stop by anytime, anyone. It's great. Okay, so let's see. All right, so just share. I know I asked you if there's like a specific scripture that you stand on, like when you're struggling with health or just to motivate you in your journey. You're on.
Well, I got diagnosed with cancer in 2013. And the first thing I did when I got the diagnosis is I really sought the Lord because, when I first got the very first thing in the room, when the doctor left, I said to my husband, "You're going to pray those words off of me because I'm not a cancer patient. I'm a woman of God." And so we immediately applied, the scripture, Jesus' name above every name. So it doesn't matter what name a doctor puts on me, his name is above that name. But the first scripture the Lord gave me as I really prayed about it was in Psalm 33. Are you still there?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good. I lost you.
We're just putting it on the big screen.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you. It's Psalm 33. The best equipped army cannot save a king, nor is great strength enough to save a warrior. Don't count on your war horse to give you victory. For all its strength, it cannot save you. But the Lord watches over those who fear him, those who rely on his unfailing love. He rescues them from death and keeps them alive in times of famine. We put our hope in the Lord, for he is our help and our shield. And what God said to me was, I don't want you to trust in your war horse. And my war horse would have been the internet. I would have been on that looking to see, what about the cancer and what I could do. And the Lord said, I don't want you looking this up because it will create more fear. But I want you to trust in me because I'm able to save you. And really, that's what saved me, was my relationship with God, hearing God, and receiving his peace in that journey.
That's good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you for
Yes.
letting me.
Yes. And I know you eat really, really, really clean. I know that you live it every day. Let's see, if you're going to speak to the audience, and what are give us just a couple tips on being super busy, running a church, and eating right. I know that's a
It's
huge
hard.
question, so
It's
just a few.
hard, but I for years, and I mean years, long before the cancer, God began to speak to me about what I should do and shouldn't do in my body. I'll give you an example. I used to love Diet Dr. Pepper for some reason. And one day I was standing at the fridge getting ready to get a Diet Dr. Pepper, and the Lord said, no, it's poisoning you. And I thought, come on, this is my favorite thing, and hot. And yeah, I had a million reasons, but I stood there with my hand on the refrigerator door saying, oh God, really? And I knew no more. And so I believe that God wants us to listen to him and love him, and that he wants to guide us on a path of peace. That's what it says in Luke 1:78 and 79. Jesus came to put us on a path of peace. And that word is peace in our environment, it's peace in our bodies. And so I've always asked the Lord, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to eat? Should I have this? And there have been many times where God has said, no more of that, no more. I got diagnosed with cancer in July, and in, I think, April, I was praying about going on a long fast in the summer. And the Lord said to me, no more sugar. And I said, okay. And I thought I was fasting sugar. But when I got the diagnosis in July, I realized that's going to be a lifestyle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I would say this, it is not easy to make healthy choices. Mm-hmm. And the excuse is, well, it's hard, I won't do it. But I believe that every time I've gone anywhere, and within few exceptions, I've just prayed, and the Lord showed me what was a good choice, what I should eat, what I should do. And I've always gone by that statement, use food as medicine. Mm-hmm. And so I don't just eat empty calories. Oh, it'd be fun to have this. I'm always thinking nutritionally, what does my body need and how I can get the most nutrients. Mm-hmm. So I think if you think like that, there's ways, I can remember getting kind of emotional one day because everybody was going to get sandwiches and I couldn't do any of that. And I just stopped and I said, okay, Lord, what can I eat? And, all of a sudden I'm looking and going, wait a minute, I can have some hummus and I can buy some veggies and I'll be okay, Yeah. So if we're willing to think I'm valuable in the sight of God, he wants to help me take care of myself. I really believe he shows you ways to do that. Like, yes. It's amazing to me how much God has shown me. And when I know little things that are good for me that I can have, I stock up on that. So I'm not sitting going, oh no, there's nothing I can have,
Right.
You make good choices and you find ways to continue them.
Yeah. I always for years in my fridge, I have the scripture about when temptation comes, that he always makes a way of escape. And it's true. He always provides another option. If you're willing to look for
and listen.
That, and it's like, okay, Lord, you said there'd be a way of escape here. Like, where is it? Or just yielding to that.
There's got to be a way out.
Yeah. And it's so easy to be like, oh, I don't want to be extreme, but it's like, but you look at the path, you look at the statistics of where things are at. So if we do things in the way that everyone's doing things, that's the outcome. So it is very much salmon. Like, we're like a salmon going upstream. You're going to be going the opposite way, and it's not going to be the way of the world and the way things are flowing if you want a different outcome. If you don't want the heart disease and the cancer, it's work to go a different direction, but it's not like you were saying, deprival. It's not deprival. It's when you know what you really want, what really produces life. I mean, God said, I set before you life and death. And then he's so cool. He knows that we might like debate. He's like, the next line's like, choose life.
Yeah.
Like he gives us the answer, you know? And I love that because it's like, I set the choice is there. It's always there'll always be choice, you know, but choose life. Like, yay. Like, right? Like the coolest cheerleader, right? Like
It's like a choice A, B, or
B.
A. Just
if
choose
you're
A.
choose
Yeah,
A.
B, or
I promise it's going to be the best option.
Well,
So
and usually if you choose the bad option, you don't feel very good about it anyway.
yeah,
and it
yeah,
wasn't
for
worth it,
sure.
you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you could just get the, I was telling Jennifer before we went on this, that if you look at what really is, you know, because we hear like, oh, you deserve a break today, right? We're marketed to, and it's like, wait, that's not a break. It's really, is it that happy a meal? No, like it's you know, it's sickness and disease and death, and you know, so really really knowing, going past the moment and going, how do I really feel after that?
Yes.
You know, does that really bring me joy, really, in the long, when all is said and done? And so just looking at the after effect, or looking at, you know, that future self and what we
I
do
had a
today
lady
as an
one time
outcome.
say, "Oh, you can have this. You know, you can cheat." And I said, "Yeah, but who am I cheating?
Yeah, so good. So
You know,
true.
I got to go home with myself.
Yes.
Right.
How bad I'll feel.
Yes.
So it's not worth it to me.
Right.
You know,
And we're the only one who will be at the end of life that, you know, if you're the only one that's there with your body. You know, you might be
Yeah.
surrounded by people, but they're not walking through, whether it's walking through the health you're walking through or walking through the unhealth you're walking
Yeah.
through. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, you'll be the only one walking through it. And,
Yep.
you know, of course, we never walk
100%.
alone, but
And you
And
can
the
make
more
all the
that
right
you-
choices too and still have cancer. You can make all the
Yes.
right choices
Yes.
and still have, you know, the consequences of something that you didn't bring on yourself.
Right.
Environment, there's genetics, there's
Right.
so many different things, but you still can't, like you made the choice to cut out sugar, which I applaud you.
not easy.
yeah, it's a big one.
Yes, that's
It's in
huge.
everything.
Do you
That's
eat
the part.
strawberries?
I mean,
Oh, she probably means
Oh, I
real
love-
sugar, like
I
added
know,
sugar. Yeah.
I'm just teasing, but
Yeah.
that was like
no,
really.
I love strawberries. It's cane sugar. You
Yes.
know, the things that are hard on your body is the thing I cut out. But I mean, I think I have a doctor I see in LA, and he said a healthy body can fight off almost anything. So we are thrown some environmental issues, genetic issues, like we're thrown things, you know, just based on life.
Right.
But if we're choosing, this is what I think, if
One
you're putting
area.
good fuel in the car, when there's a stress mountain or a higher level you've got to go to in the vehicle, it can handle it because you put good fuel in.
Ahead
And I
of
think
time.
when
Yeah.
you get a disease like cancer, because I had been living up and even till that point, I was always the one that chose healthy, not no sugar. The no sugar thing was definitely weird, but my body was ready to fight. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
and so when I saw the doctor in LA, he said, well, it's not going to take much to get your body in fighting shape for this because you've already been making good choices.
Good.
So I think choices like this need to happen before a disease.
Yes.
not
Absolutely.
when it happens.
Prevention, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, thank you. Thank you.
you.
Thank you for your time and your wisdom.
Well,
I will-
thank you. And what a delight to meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
Thank you.
Oh,
God bless
All
you
right.
guys.
Tell your
Inspiration.
family hi and congratulations on your
We're pretty
future.
excited about this little boy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I love that you got
Thank
the
you.
blanket ahead of time. It's great. All
you.
right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. All
Oh.
right. So, what else? What else?
I just, you know, what's funny is that when I ran my first New York Marathon, I had Philippians 4:13 on the back of my shirt.
That's
And it
awesome.
was so funny how people would say, like, who's Phil and how would he get so smart? It was so funny, but it was just for me, it was a way to
Phil,
encourage
that's
people. I
awesome.
can do all things through Christ who
Christ.
gives me strength. And it was like 26.2 miles is a long, long way. But
Right.
that's what I had to, that was what I was like ruminating on the whole race. So I wanted to give other people encouragement. So it was good. It was
nice.
yeah. So I think that's just really important. Like you said, it's not just your body, it's not just your mind, it's your soul that you have to, take into account everything. Yeah.
Definitely. Yes. Yay. All right. Well, I think we're on. Are we time's up, Richard? Okay, Richard. I talked to Richard, even though I think I'm not supposed to. He's like, it's like the third wall, but anyway. All right. Well, in that next episode, I've got Dr. Carr. She was one of my professors at Cal State LA, and she's brilliant. She's over the master's department, and she is a bio. I don't have her exact title right in front of me, but she's the biochemist. She does all kinds of research, and she's going to be talking on antioxidants and some of the effects and the free radical activity and carcinogens and cancer and all that good stuff. It's going to be incredible. She is mind-blowing, amazing. So just put that on your calendar. That will be the week of the 13th. That'll be airing somewhere later in that week. So just FYI. Please, if you like today, or if you'd like to just stay in tune with anything we're doing in the future, please subscribe. You can go on Simply Nutrition. Google my name too, Stacy, because there's a bunch of Simply Nutrition. So if you need help finding, it's a little logo, green and orange little tree. And it's Simply Nutrition. You can find us on YouTube or Spotify. This will be airing on Spotify as well. And I think that's it. So thank you for joining us on this nourishing journey. Thank you for being our guest and sharing.
This was fun. Thank you.
Good,
Thank
good.
you.
She's been very
Yes.
patient because we're getting.
And remember what she
out.
said. It's not all easy. Nothing is easy in life if it's really good. Usually, it's worth doing though.
Yeah,
You're
I
worth
love
doing.
that.
We're worth doing for
Oh, that was
ourselves.
good.
So yeah,
So love yourself.
love yourself so you can love on other people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
She's a queen. She's a queen of that. She's great. She's great at loving people. So if you enjoyed, like I said, just subscribe and share. Please share. And that is it. We hope you had a good time. And if there are any subjects, feel free to message. You can go, my website is simplynutritioncenter.com. And Simply Nutrition is you've got Simply Nutrition Center is my Instagram, my Facebook, all that stuff. So, and I am Stacy Pothier. You can go on my pages as well. And with that, bon appetit. Enjoy your meal.
Yay.